What it do, bruh? Talk of the town, Nintendo, Doc Trey, still holding it down, still make the best games, and you know this, bro. It's the truth. If you don't like it, you can have that seatbelt. Well, hello. I know it's been a few days, had a few things going on, but I found something interesting just now, and we've heard that a lot of developers and publishers out there don't yet have access to Nintendo Switch 2 dev kits and are wondering why they don't. And a lot of developers are planning to bring games to the Switch 2, but they can't yet do that until they get a Switch 2 dev kit. But I just found a little write-up here from a Nintendo partner that details exactly what you have to do to get a Nintendo Switch 2 dev kit. But before we get things started, we're still on the road to 20,000 subscribers. If you're into Nintendo Switch 2 content and you're not yet subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. And of course, if you like the video, go ahead and hit that like. So this post comes from a company called Linux Byte Games. I think I'm pronouncing that right. You see, this is why you don't record videos when you just wake up. It's links. There's a picture of a Lynx there. Come on, doctor. And they're detailing how to get a Nintendo Switch 2 dev kit. And it says, while interest is surging, Nintendo is being very selective. If you want to publish your game on the next generation Switch, you must follow the official approval process. As an official Nintendo partner, we're sharing a verified step-by-step guide to help you understand how to approach this the right way. So this company has a Switch 2 dev kit. So they're talking from actual experience in the process of how to get a Nintendo Switch 2 dev kit. So this is actually posted to help other developers. They're sharing this for other developers and other, I guess, smaller publishers that don't, and big publishers, I guess, that don't have access to Switch 2 dev kits yet. And they're giving just how you obtain one. So it says, number one, porting your game is not enough. Even if your game already runs on their original Nintendo Switch, that does not automatically grant you publishing rights on Switch 2. Every game, even from existing partners, must be individually approved for the new platform. It says number two, how to get Nintendo's approval. Nintendo currently prioritizes games that come from officially partnered directors, showcase the capabilities of the new hardware, bring clear value to the platform, and if your game does not take advantage of new system features, approval is unlikely in current phase. So they're saying that the new features that they are advertising for the Nintendo Switch 2, if you're trying to pitch a game for Switch 2 or get a Switch 2 dev kit right now, if it's not taking advantage of one of those features, they pretty much kind of put you to the back of the line. So it says an example of features Nintendo is emphasizing: 4K support at 60 frames per second, up to 120 frames per second at 1440p when docked. The new C button for in-game video and voice chat, aka game chat. Mouse mode, Joy-Cons can act as optical mice when moved across surfaces. HD Rumble 2 and improved haptics in Joy-Cons and Pro Controller. Built-in microphone with noise cancellation and auto gain. Game share, local multiplayer from a single copy, even across Switch generations. Your pitch must clearly outline how your game leverages at least some of these features along with a detailed release plan. So pretty much, if you want your game on Switch 2 right now, unless you are a partner that is a big time partner with Nintendo already, like probably partnered on, you know, the development of games with some of their stuff and things like that, you have to, and even then, you have to meet some of these requirements for these new features of this new system, or you are probably not going to get a dev kit for a while. Now it said 3, dev kits are only granted after approval. You cannot request or purchase dev kits in advance. Dev kits are assigned only to approved companies with green-lit titles. Any attempt to bypass this process will be blocked. And it says number 4, where and how to submit. It says due to NDA restrictions, we cannot share Nintendo's direct contact channels. However, as an official Nintendo partner, we can assist free of charge with preparing and submitting your pitch, navigating the approval process, porting and publishing your game for Switch 2 and other platforms. If you're serious about bringing your game to Nintendo's next generation console, we're ready to help. So this company pretty much assists with porting titles to multiple platforms, especially Nintendo platforms, and they're telling you pretty much and confirming what people have said before, that it is pretty difficult to get a Nintendo Switch 2 dev kit right now. And that could come down to how many is available. But it kind of looks like it's not really how many is available. It's they want certain games showcased on this system early in its lifespan. So if you're not taking advantage of the newer features that Nintendo is advertising, you're not going to get a dev kit right now unless you are just some major Nintendo partner from like back in the day. So looks like the way to get your dev kit, Switch 2 dev kit fast, is to make sure that you take advantage of multiple features of the Switch 2. Make sure your game has mouse mode. Make sure it has 4K support. I guess you guys noticed that they would definitely emphasize games that took advantage of 120 frames per second support, and some of the higher end features of the Switch 2. If your game takes advantage of that, they're going to want to push that because that's part of their marketing. With the mouse mode, with the HD Rumble 2, the built-in microphone, you notice that a lot of games that advertise game share and advertise the game chat function, those seem to be the titles that have been announced first. And you even notice there's even some games where you look at it and you'd be like, oh, that seems like that's kind of maybe a throwaway feature, but in like games like Street Fighter and stuff like that, and you're like, oh, well, why did they add that? That seems like a waste. It looks like they added it because Nintendo that's what Nintendo wants. Nintendo wants these games announced for the Switch 2 to take advantage of as much of these features to differentiate it from the other versions as possible. And that seems to be why some developers are getting kits and some are not, because it looks like the ones that aren't getting kits are the ones that they're pretty much just wanting to do straight up conversions to Switch 2, but not necessarily take advantage of these extra features that separate it from the original Switch. But anyway, I just thought that was interesting. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. All right, so the reason why this is at the end of the video is because I had already finished recording the video. I was looking for just one more picture to use in the video and just happened to stumble across this. So that's why this is at the very end. So as I stated before, Link's Bike Games obviously has a Nintendo Switch 2 dev kit, and they're trying to help other people, other developers, other publishers get access to Switch 2 so they can make games for it, right? So they know and they have seen the official specifications for the Nintendo Switch 2. Now, that's where things get interesting here, because they list some of these specifications and these unique features of the Switch 2 they're saying that you should take advantage of in order to get access to Nintendo Switch 2 dev kits. So it says unique features: DLSS 3.1, ray tracing, 4K HDR, 120 hertz handheld, game chat, Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth 5.1, HDMI 2.1 dock. So I don't know if they realize this, but they just confirmed officially what version of DLSS the Switch 2 is using. And I don't know if they were allowed to do this or not, but they did. Now, there's been a rumor for the last couple years that it was more than likely going to be DLSS 3.1. This is going all the way back to the the Matrix demo rumor and all of that, or leak. But up until this point, people didn't know if this is going to be a special customized version, a customized light version for Nintendo Switch 2, or if it was just going to use a regular version of DLSS. But apparently, according to someone with Nintendo Switch 2 development kits, it's DLSS 3.1. So there you go.